Hi, I wanted to read another one of my children's stories to the kids out there who like to have someone read a story to them. Sleepy Time Tales. It's an old storybook, and it's got a bunch of old stories in it. And after I read, it's from 1981. It's the year after I was born. So you kids probably think I'm really old. I'm 34. This book's 33 years old. In this book we have 9 stories. We got the Magic Swan, the Enchanted Deer, the Little Red Hen, which I believe was one of my favorites, Snow White and Red Rose, the Unseen Giant, Puss in Boots, Teeny Tiny, the Nightingale, and Tired of Being a Little Girl. We'll go with the first story, and we'll get through the book, that way we can keep track. I will try to do one each day for you guys until the storybook is done. So today we're going to read the Magic Swan, and here's what the first page looks like. You can see the girl, that ain't a girl, that's a feather. You can see the feather on the page, and up here you can see a little old lady and a swan. So let me read it, and you can picture in your imagination what everything looks like. The book can take you right there around the world into all kinds of magical places. The Magic Swan. Once upon a time, there were 3 brothers, and the youngest of them was named Peter. The 2 bigger boys treated him very badly. Almost every day they beat him until he cried aloud. One day, as he was crying, an old woman passed by. She felt sorry for the poor boy and said that she would help him to become rich and happy. Peter thanked her, and then the old woman said, "Tomorrow morning when the sun rises, go to the crossroads, and there you will find a large swan tied to a tree. Untie it and bring it away with you. The first man that you will meet will wish to have a feather from the swan's tail. You must let him try to take one. As soon as he touches the swan, it will scream. Then you must say, 'Swan, hold fast,' and the man will be stuck fast until you touch him with this little stick I will give you. All the people who try to set the man free will be held fast in the same way. When a number of people have been held fast, you must go to the king's palace. There you will find a poor, sad princess who has never been known to laugh. If you can make her laugh, the king will give you a rich reward, and you will be happy ever after." Peter thanked the old lady, and at sunrise he went to the crossroads where he found the swan. At once he untied it, and putting it under his arm, walked away. Soon he met a man who said, "I want a feather from that swan." "Take it," said Peter. When the man took a hold of the swan's tail, the bird screamed, and Peter said, "Swan, hold fast." At once the man found himself stuck to the swan so tightly that he could not get free. He pulled his hardest, but all in vain. A girl who was washing clothes in the brook thought she would come to the help of the man, but as soon as she touched him, Peter cried, "Swan, hold fast." Then the girl was caught too. On they went, and soon they met a chimney sweeper. "Come and help me to get free," cried the girl. The sweep took hold of the girl, and at once the swan screamed. "Swan, hold fast," said Peter, and the sooty man found that he was stuck fast too. Soon they came to a village where a fair was going on. A clown saw the 3 people following Peter and the swan and began to make fun of them. "Don't laugh at us," said the sweep, "but help us to get free." The clown did so, but no sooner had he touched the sweep than the swan screamed, and Peter said, "Swan, hold fast." Then the clown was forced to go with others. Just then the policeman came up. "What is the matter here?" he asked, and then he took hold of the clown's arm, meaning to take him off to prison. Once more the swan screamed, and once more Peter said, "Swan, hold fast." The policeman found himself stuck fast to the clown. The policeman's wife, who was looking out the window, saw her husband being dragged along. At once she rushed out and took hold of his hand and tried to pull him away, but the swan screamed and Peter cried, "Swan, hold fast!" So the policeman's wife had to follow Peter too. And let you see that page. And you see this page too. They're all holding on to the little boy's holding the swan, and he goes to the princess, and they're all stuck. See how they're all stuck? All the people are stuck to the swan, stuck to each other for touching the swan. On they went until they came to the king's palace. Looking out the window was the beautiful princess with the saddest face you could ever see. When she saw Peter and the people behind him, she began to laugh. At once the servants told the king, and he was very glad to hear the joyful news. When he saw the man, the girl chimney sweep, the clown, and the policeman, and the policeman's wife, all struggling to get free, he laughed too, and could hardly stop. "Set these people free," said he, "and I will give you a great reward for making the princess laugh." Then Peter touched them with his little stick, and away they ran as fast as they could. At this the princess and the king laughed louder than ever. Then the king gave Peter much gold and silver, and made him a great man in the land. In time the princess became his wife, and when her father died, Peter became king. He did not forget the old lady who had told him what to do, that he might become rich and great. He gave her a house and servants to wait upon her, and she said the princess and Peter lived happily ever after. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. The Magic Swan. Hopefully I'll be back with you guys again tomorrow with another story, which will be... Can any of you remember what the next story will be? The Enchanted Deer. Have a good night, sleepyheads. Have wonderful dreams. Good night.